4-year-old solves his family's horrifying secret. A 4-year-old. Let's see how this goes, man. Here we go.
We're gonna talk, okay? You wanna sit down?
The kids know, man. The kids know what's going on.
Tell me about mommy or daddy or somebody else.
My dad is bad now.
Your dad is bad now? Tell me about dad being bad now.
Imagine having to investigate and interrogate a 4-year-old, bro.
I'm with the family, and we kicking shit just like Bruce Lee.
Whoa, I am your poet. Welcome to the stream. I'm with the fam, bro. And you know it.
What happened at the house with your wife, with Jasmine?
I don't remember. Mom, gosh, I get more 7.
An AK-47? Okay.
What did you do?
A little child says that? Oh my God.
Yeah, how many kids you got?
I got 5 kids. And 4 times the
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
On March 4th, 2022, a mother's worst nightmare occurred for Jasmine Serena.
Almost 3 years ago.
A man armed with a gun entered her home. He would notice 4 children watching television in
Oh, you're
their
sick,
living
Dad?
room. They would freeze up and look at him in horror, unable to do anything. But the man would pass by. He wasn't looking to harm Jasmine's children. Instead, he made his way over to the kitchen where Jasmine was standing and shot. 3 bullets struck Jasmine, and she was left in critical condition, lying helplessly in her kitchen.
So
The
sad.
suspect left the scene in a hurry, thinking she was done for.
Wow.
But unfortunately for him, Jasmine managed to survive. Despite
Whoa!
her critical condition, she managed to call 911 and ask for help. Officer
She's a miracle. And guess what? I'm saying it right here before 2 minutes into the video. She's a miracle. And she produced a son, a young boy who is a prophet. Seriously. Well, really, the son chose his family, but yet and still, like, that's insane. And then for her to be in that critical condition after she got shot 3 times in the back of the head, and for her to get up and find her phone, call the cops, like, oh my goodness, bro.
Baker was the first cop to arrive at the scene.
Yo, Lowry, what's up, G?
Surrounding their
Welcome to the
mother,
stream, bro.
crying for help. She was immediately transferred to the
How you
El
doing,
Paso
man?
hospital by helicopter.
Oh
Now
my
it's a
gosh.
race against time for doctors. With each passing second, her chances of survival rapidly decrease. And for the detectives, they needed to find their suspect fast before he struck another innocent victim. Right now, they needed any clue that could lead them to the possible killer. So multiple officers would go back to the crime scene to take a closer look at exactly what just went down.
Okay, so I have bullets, or casings, excuse me. One there, one on the table. I have one where she was sitting, or where I found her.
Leaning against the big.
Was her feet facing us? Yeah, because you can see there's impacts right there and right there.
Oh, okay.
And there's another casing back over there on the floor.
Okay.
I got here, she's sitting facing me with her legs out. She had a strike here, here, and what looks like a through and through here with her shirt up. She had nothing that went through completely on the back.
Oh, so the rounds are in here? I thought it was a round like.
No, she's distended. It's all internal right here.
According to the police report, the victim, Jasmine Serena, took 2 bullets to her abdomen, and the 3rd bullet landed right in her leg.
Oh, I
Despite
thought it
her
was,
critical
okay.
condition, she gathered the little energy she had and told Officer Baker the attacker's name.
Oh my gosh.
She said that it was Julian that did it. Valenzuela.
Uh-oh.
That was the name of her own husband.
Whoa!
Julian Valenzuela. and the father of 4 children who just saw their dad shoot their mom. However, this wasn't the only thing she was able to tell the cops. Jasmine also mentioned the car Julian drove to the house before shooting, a red sedan. In a matter of seconds, all patrols nearby received a notification to stop any red sedans they saw on the streets of Las Cruces. While Julian's vehicle was being tracked down, Officer Dollar, along with his partner, had a different task. It was reported Julian was living at this house. With him being on the run, police think there's a chance he could be hiding in the home.
Wow.
So the 2 officers would make their way into the home in hopes to find a surrendered Julian, or at least a clue of where he might be.
Yeah, it's wide open front and back. It's cluttered, just abandoned.
Las Cruces Police Department, anybody inside the residence, come out to the sound of my voice.
Oh my God.
There was no other choice but to enter the house forcibly and make sure the suspect wasn't hiding inside. For all they know, Julian could be waiting for them, and knowing he's armed, tensions are as high as ever for these cops.
You can't get into these things.
No, it stink up in there. Oh my God.
49 on Lester and Shannon.
After searching the remaining rooms inside the house, the suspect was nowhere to be found. But just as they thought they would be coming out with nothing, they received this message on the radio.
It's limited 43 right now. Red Hyundai at a high rate of speed was last seen going towards Idaho. We're looking at it.
An exact description of the car Julian used to flee the scene just near their position. A red Hyundai Elantra.
Oh yeah, we own
Officer
that.
Dollar wastes no time.
We own
and
that.
hops into his car. He must get to the suspect as fast as possible before the police lose track of him again.
Vehicle should have a black bumper per the note, possibly headed towards Lester, and it is going to be a newer model.
25 southbound on the Spina, high rate of speed, just past Gardner.
Copy, southbound at Spina, high rate of speed.
Pursuit authorized. Suspect on a gunshot victim. Alright, he's gonna stop. He's stopping in Milton. He's got a gun!
Oh! Oh!
Central, he just shot at me 3 or 4 times.
What?
Is anyone with 856?
The pursuit continued until the suspect closed into the intersection of University Wave and Espina Street. A red light was shining bright for Julian to stop, but he didn't care and pushed on the gas.
Oh my God.
Just as he thought he could make it across,
Got his ass. Boom. Idiot. God.
the suspect plummets
Hey,
right into a silver car,
Hey, put
knocking
somebody
the
else in
innocent
danger.
driver to the side of the road. The officers in pursuit sped up to the crash, but they can't rush to apprehend him just yet, as he already
got a
fired
gun.
multiple rounds at Detective Dollar just a minute ago, and there was every reason to believe he will do it again. So they have to be ready to take Julian down if he makes any sudden moves.
Show your fucking hands! Do
Oh
it
my
now!
God.
Do it now!
Oh my God. That is terrible.
Get off the ground!
Under multiple gun sights, the suspect has no other choice than to step out of the car and lie on the ground. Although he looks disabled, this doesn't satisfy Officer Dollar and his colleagues.
Yeah, 'cause you
They
putting-
know the
Because you're putting me and my team in danger. Shooting at us.
suspect is still armed and could be pretending to be injured to try and
True.
catch them by surprise.
It's very true.
Officer Dollar wasn't going to take any chances, so he decided to deploy a different weapon to make the suspect obey their commands.
A smoke grenade
I got the dog!
or a doggy. Boy, don't get the dog in danger.
Stay!
Ooh, got them big toys out. You see? Imagine. Look, I don't mean to say this, but I gotta say it, right? Imagine if we can come together and protect, provide, and serve like the cops do for one another. They are loyal to that badge. Why can't we be loyal to our people? Huh? Of course, black folks, because they made it seem as if we need most help. We need the most help. But we were giving y'all all the help. So, the same way they protect each other, wish we could do the same.
Right now, Julian seems disabled enough. A crash that could have killed him only left him with a concussion. He can't even stand up. Using a canine in this scenario would be an overkill. But
Right.
Officer Dollar had already made up his mind
Uh-oh.
a few moments ago.
Because he shot at him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Got his leg. Ooh.
But this is where officers would go too far. And it would actually impact this entire case later on.
Well, see, they don't give a damn because in their mind, and especially in dude's mind who had the dog in the back of the truck, in the back of the car, he was about to put him in danger, attempt to harm the cop. So when that ego come out and the feeling, that testosterone and that rage come out, shit. You tried to shoot me? Bet. I'm gonna harm you until I don't want to see you dead. And especially because, I got this badge and the adrenaline, right? I don't want to put you at the utmost harm's way because you put me in harm's way by shooting at me, but you're going to feel this shit. You're going to learn. We're going to teach you a big lesson. Because, this was overkill, but...
Officer Dollar's dog would bite into Julian just like instructed.
Oh my
However,
God.
it would take 2
Where?
minutes of struggle to make the dog finally let go of the suspect's flesh. The law doesn't prohibit a dog to bite and hold the suspect. However, the important part of using a canine is to make sure the suspect does not sustain unnecessary injuries during the arrest.
Right.
Officer Dollar's canine succeeded at holding the suspect, but this is where the officer met a serious challenge. He could not make the dog release the suspect. Even after being subdued and posing no further harm to the police officers, the dog continued to hold on to the suspect's arm, causing him more injuries.
Oh, arm.
This
Okay,
is a
arm.
clear case of excessive force and would impact
Officer Dollar, you're gonna pay a pretty dollar for that decision you just made right there because your feelings.
the rest of this case.
Yep.
Dollar's decision to use canine will be reviewed and reevaluated as the investigation into the case progresses. But for now, the suspect's bite wounds were too severe to ignore, and his overall condition suggested heavy alcohol intoxication or even worse. So to make sure Julian lived long enough to face justice, the cops decided to get him to the hospital and treat his wounds. While this team of officers was transporting the suspect, another team at the crime scene was collecting evidence to build a strong case against Julian and charge him for his evil crime. But there was a problem. They didn't know who he really was and how the crime first unfolded. His wife was in critical condition and her kids were too traumatized to talk with law enforcement.
That's crazy, man.
At least
In
for
front of
now.
the kids, too. Turn the vid
hope
up.
they've got
All right.
lies in the hands of witnesses. Only their stories could reveal how much of an awful person Julian really is. And
That's
luckily
good.
for the officers, the witnesses were not afraid to speak out against this monster.
What'd you see, man? I was over there, right across the stop sign. Like on the other side of the stop sign? Yeah, and then me and my cousin, we're looking in front of us, and we're just like we see a car speeding so fast, right? And it's like, we're looking at him, and he's mad dogging us, really mad looking dude. What did he look like? He saw his face more than me. I went inside. What was the car? Like maroonish, reddish. It was a Hyundai, a Elantra. And he started screaming, and they were having, and like he went in there, and I guess they were having an argument. And I heard like pop, pop, pop 3 times. I think he got probably more than 5. 5? Yeah, probably more than 5. And that's whenever he came outside, and then that's whenever I was like, he's actually shooting. So we like ran back inside, got in his car, and then he shot like that way.
Shot that way?
Like, yeah, towards the truck. He just went like this and he shot.
Towards that way, right?
Towards this way, yeah, somewhere over there. The officer, the bald officer, I see his car come on here and then me. And he throws a shot and leaves. When he was coming this way was whenever we saw the cop. So we waved at him and we're like, he just shot somebody. And then the car went that way. And then right as soon as he got like a little bit past that little Mitsubishi truck, he shot again towards over there. Well, I don't know if he shot up or I don't know where.
Oh, he's talking about Officer Dollar
inside.
with the
If
canine.
these eyewitnesses are telling is true, then the whole shooting had a long and steady build-up to it. But what the next witness had to say would give officers even more disturbing insight into Julian's terrifying actions.
Let me tell you something, bro. We have to understand that we are not a part of a certain code, meaning telling, snitching. Bro, what the fuck is snitching when you really think about it? What is snitching when you really think about it, y'all? You are explaining what happened. Now, these people are a part of the neighborhood, so they have somewhat of an affiliation with the families and family that this happened to, right? Buddy, the kids, and the wife, right? But we got to understand that there is no, it's all invisible. So I'm not a part of the code of conduct where, you know, if I see something, I ain't gonna say. And the reason why I'm not gonna say nothing to anybody is because I'm a snitch. Or I don't want to seem like I'm a snitch. What the fuck? Well, I'm telling that. I'm telling that shit. And of course, I'm not gonna, like, unless it's something huge. Like, if it's something huge, I'm gonna go out my way to say something, right? But I'm saying something, bro. Too many people want to voice their opinion to negativity, but they don't want to they don't want to put their voice out there on something that is actually called for them to speak on. Feel what I'm saying?
But the other night, they had domestics, and she was yelling, "You're gonna f me," and he had her by his hair, and he was socking her, dragging her outside, just socking her.
When was that?
Like 2 nights ago.
And fellas, I tell this all the time, and I'm gonna keep saying this, bro. Never, ever, 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 ever put your hands on a girl, on a dog, or a woman. Well, I shouldn't have said that dog part. Because I'm talking about women, right? But never, ever, ever put your hands on a woman. Never. Never, never, never. And I'm saying this too. Even if she puts her hands on you. Seriously. Because, guys, all it takes is one jerk of our arm, our shoulder, our hand, all it takes is one jerk. And that'll call for her to say, "Did you actually just hit me like you hit me there?" Start bleeding. She's bruised, whatever the case, right? Never, ever, ever, ever physically put your hands on a woman, because we are so much stronger than them, especially in the moment, because they have to like overexert. And I'm gonna say this too, y'all, okay? I've had my hands, I told y'all stories, but I've had I've had a woman's hands being put on me, right? And I've never hit a woman. I've never hit a girl, ever, right? And now I'm more mature, so I understand how correct I was even, back then. But like, the situation becomes so heated. It's like, oh, all I could do is just like, nudge her or sock the shit out of her. Like, it happens, bro. It happens. For us to neglect the thought would be us lying. You don't gotta lie, but you don't gotta. You should never act on that thought, especially in a heated situation like that. You know, we are 35, 50, 80, 100 times stronger, and we don't gotta go to the gym than a woman. So it really speaks volume to the man that you think you are if you really do put your hands on a woman or a girl. Seriously. Like, seriously, bro. Because, fellas, we know. Once we get to, like, 14, maybe a little before that, 12, 13, 14, around that age, 15 especially, bro, when our mom starts to hit us, we start laughing, right? Like, we not, like, Ma, come on. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's funny. Like, you're trying. I respect the effort, but come on. Because she's hitting you because she wants you to feel, right, what you did. But, Ma, we don't feel that shit. We don't feel that shit, you know? But all in all, it is not a... There is never a situation that you can make an excuse to say that it was okay. It was all right for me to put my hands on her because she did it to me, because it was heated, because I was drunk, because I was high, because she broke my shit, because she stole something from me, because she burned my clothes, she slashed my tires. There's no excuse, none. So this man took her by the hair and socking the shit. It only speaks volume to the fucking little boy, the grown ass boy that you are, you know? So yeah.
2 nights ago?
Yeah, 2 nights ago, wasn't it, Marissa? They were yelling.
Like, we always hear them fighting and arguing.
Yeah,
Was she on the ground?
yeah, and he was dragging her out of her house, and she was like this, and he had her, and he was, you know, throwing punches to her. And then the day after that, she...
But, thank you, Kiki. I didn't even read that yet, but... Because let me also say this. But on that other side... Because I was just speaking to my fellas. On that other side, ladies, you grown-ass girls, you nasty-ass bitches, please don't think that you are special or extraordinary by you putting your hands on a grown man or a grown-ass boy. Don't think that you are, because you will find the right one that you're looking for. You put your hands on him, and he gonna treat your ass silly. He gonna sock the shit out you. And then what you gonna do, cry wolf? Or are you gonna be used to it because you are used to getting verbally, physically abused? See what I'm saying? So, ladies, just walk away or breathe or shit. Worst case scenario, just say fucked up shit about him. Just say it. Don't put hands on him, though. Do not slap him. Do not punch him. Don't put your hands on him. You know? So that part, like, because some dudes, they don't have this type of consciousness. They're not gonna throw up this they gonna hit your dumb ass back. They gonna sock your ass silly and keep going because you kept playing with them. So yeah, we said still she need to keep her hands to herself. Right.
This park right here, it was early in the morning. I just got back from taking the kids to school. I saw her in her car. And
what's up, G Kid? Media share is still on.
In the front seat, and he was on the other side, and it looked like they were.
Media share is still on.
And she started hitting her head on the steering wheel and punching the steering wheel, and they were arguing. And finally, he got out of her vehicle, and then he took off. And then the next day, that's when he had her by the hair, dragging her out. And she was yelling, "You're gonna."
Not only did Julian physically abuse his wife, but also threatened her life multiple times before actually going and fulfilling those threats.
Oh, that's her?
There was only one person left to question, Jasmine herself, the victim of this twisted crime. Only she could tell the true story behind closed doors. That is, if she would ever recover from this vicious attack. Doctors could not promise her survival. 2 shots to the abdomen are too severe for any person to survive.
The bleeding.
Likely, it was already too late for her. That's why the officers transporting Julian to the hospital needed Julian to survive. They wanted to hear his side of the story and understand one simple question. What drove him to try and take the life of his own wife and the mother of his 4 little boys? But when they finally arrived at the hospital, cops quickly ran into a new problem.
That's right. Yeah, huh? What the whole
Yeah. So stop kicking.
It hurts.
I bet.
Shut the fuck up. You shut up. What is that?
Hey, there's sick people.
Hey, calm down. You understand me?
You calm down.
Let's.
There's kids around here, dude. They don't hear that. I know you don't, but I do.
What do you guys need from me?
I slept with the. This is what happens.
I slept with a hoe. Look at that. So he's mad at himself for making that decision to wife that, to impregnate that. There's so many, oh my gosh, bro. There's so many layers to shit like this, bro, because, bruh, when I tell you, man, I told y'all, bro, time and time again. I'm going to keep saying it. Man. 3 of the worst life-changing experiences that you can make as a man. 1, who you hang around. Your homeboys, your friends. Because if they are worse influences than you and not better or at least on the same level somewhat, then you will be in situations over and over again that call you to be the bigger person. And when you're, in your adolescent age, like, who the fuck want to do that? Like, get the fuck around me. And then 2 is who you impregnate, and of course the last one, who you marry. That is, and guess what? 2 of those decisions involve those who are heterosexual, somebody of the opposite sex, those who are homosexual, whatever, right? That's very important, bro. That's very important. So he really mad at himself. Dog. He slept with that. He impregnated that because he has no willpower. He don't know how to control his sexual urges. No pullout game. No pullout game. Because you fell for the look, not for the heart. If, y'all, you know how people say, I wear my heart on the sleeve? Well, what if people could actually see somebody's heart on the sleeve of others? I think this world would be so much of a better place. Because you will see how heartless or how hardy somebody is. And you can choose whether or not you want to deal with that. Especially if you're a man. Why the fuck would I want to be with a woman who is heartless? Are you kidding me? To produce kids? To instill life? To be married? To be in a union? To be in a partnership? Shit. I'd rather have one of my homeboys drive a fucking 18-wheeler over my big toes. I'm walking like this for the rest of my life. Walking like this. Yeah, bro. What? So, man. I slept with a hoe.
Nurses, Michael.
Get off my dude, no. Get off my feet.
Michael.
Get off my stop with the. This is what happens.
Nurses, Michael.
Get off my dude, no. Get off my feet.
I'm gonna say right now, you're not gonna like this, so I'm gonna try to get you to calm down. Okay, we're gonna photograph your injuries. I'm not gonna play. Ow! Ow! You understand?
I saw the dog fight.
Okay. Well, we asked the doctor, so.
How come you shoot me?
Hey, dude. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Wake up, man.
You gonna sit on this wheelchair?
We're gonna wheel you out to the car, okay?
Right after the crash, the police discovered a pistol with an empty magazine, along with several half-empty bottles of beer inside. This explains Julian's erratic behavior during and after the arrest. Additionally, on his way to the police station, Julian admitted to shooting his wife in cold blood, all without interrogation. But as you'll soon see during the questioning, even details like this can suddenly vanish. Because once they brought Julian to the interrogation room, he had already forgotten everything.
Having those in mind, do you want to talk to me, kind of give me your version of what's been happening and whatnot?
No, what's happening? I've been drinking for 3 days. Just seeing our kind of eyes.
Well, if you want to keep them closed and it's easier for you to talk that way and you're not struggling, that's fine. Just don't fall asleep. Was there anything other than alcohol you were drinking?
No.
What type of alcohol you drink? Budweisers? Okay. Can or bottle? Bottles? Okay. So why for 3 days?
He don't even.
What's been going on? You and your old lady been having some problems?
No.
Huh?
This only confirms why Julian is so visibly intoxicated. It's honestly a surprise he's even able to understand and talk with the officer. Still, his condition might complicate the interrogation process. After all, alcohol can lead to lapses in memory. He simply might not remember the events of that evening. A perfect excuse for someone like him in this situation. But this isn't going to be good enough for Detective Melinda to accept. So he keeps pressing for a confession.
What happened at the house with your wife? With Jasmine?
I remember.
I think you do, because you told them what happened.
I remember going in there.
Hey, watch this, bro. When people attempt to drink their sorrow and their pain away, why do you think alcohol mostly comes in the form of bottles? Because what you do is you attempt to bottle up your pain. You bottle up your pain and sorrow and you put it somewhere deep in your spirit. Because your soul, over time, your soul eats at you. So your soul is like nothing. But all of that is bottled up and packaged further and further away into your spirit. So next thing you know, your house is very cluttered. So you can't remember shit. You can't bring shit into your house because everything is cluttered. So that's like y'all walking into my house and there's just beer bottles and Hennessy bottles, Crown, 1942 Don Julio bottles everywhere. You can't walk. You stepping over shit. All you hear when you open the door, clink, clink, clink. That's exactly what's in his body, his vessel right now. That's why they're called spirits. Exactly. They're called wine and spirits for a reason, bro. And alcohol is not the only thing that people attach to whenever they want to bottle up their pain and sorrow and guilt. Sex. So guess what? I want her, I want her, I want her. I want all of them. Why? Because I'm hurt. See, you ain't gotta look good like that to me. Because guess what I could do? I could drink some beer. I could drink a couple bottles of something. And you will look better than what you actually see. It lies to you. The spirit, bro, listen. Come on, fam. The spirits that are in alcohol alone. It hurts, man. It eats at the spirit over time, bro. And he's not lying whenever he's saying this. He's not lying. He don't remember. He don't.
Where'd you pull the gun out from?
from my pocket.
Which side? Which pocket did you have it in?
I don't remember.
What type of gun is it?
I don't know what kind of gun it is. I don't know what.
He's telling the truth too, y'all. He's telling the truth.
No, I cannot see nothing.
That's what he knows.
So
I'm trying to open my eyes.
that's fine, dude. I don't want you to see anything. I want you to remember things and talk to me about things.
I can't even keep my eyes open. That's never happened to me.
Little did Detective Melinda realize that getting any information from this suspect was going to be the most challenging thing he had to do in his career. But it doesn't stop him from using the oldest trick in the book to make Julian talk.
Were you guys arguing? Were you fighting? Or
So
what are you sorry for?
sorry. No one. Whatever.
So let's go back to you pulled a gun out of your pocket, right?
He's coming back to him.
No? So everything you've told officers that is on camera, now you're saying you don't remember.
I don't.
But here's the thing, Julian. You've already said what happened.
Said,
in the situation.
what did I do?
No. You said what happened. The officers have already told us.
Is she okay?
Do you want to know if she's okay from what?
Oh, that's obvious.
What's obvious?
Well, what happened?
You tell me.
There you go.
What's been going on? Like, is she doubting how much you love her? Did you get caught doing something you weren't supposed to be doing?
No. It's nothing like that.
Do you guys just have arguments here and there?
Julian might not remember this too, but there are plenty of people who can speak about his abuse of people weaker than him. At this point, Detective Melinda barely holds himself together. For him, getting any meaningful information out of Julian is almost impossible. However, there is still one more thing Detective Melinda can use to make Julian talk. In fact, what he doesn't know is that his kids are in the same building with him, just above this interrogation
Here we
room.
go.
They were brought here
Here
to
we
the
go.
police station to
God
decide
almighty.
their father's fate.
Wow.
And they're about to reveal exactly what went down mere hours earlier.
So is the oldest 4? Is that why they talk to him? Is he the oldest?
Before we get to that, I want to talk about a murder that happened across the country in Cedar Creek, California. This is a popular influencer, Haley Rose, and Haley was mysteriously murdered. With Cold Case VR, the sponsor of today's video, used over 75 pieces of evidence, including him and to Abigail in Valenzuela, because his own children are about to expose him and what exactly went down that night. However, interrogating a child is no easy task for cops. That's why the police department recruited 2 professional child psychologists to discover more details of Julian's murder attempt from these 4 young minds. Still, kids may be uneducated, but they won't tell you anything unless you become their friend. And these female psychologists knew exactly how to do it. In one—
Stop. Something so little like this, y'all. Why? Listen, guys, listen to me what I'm telling y'all. Why would they send a girl, a woman, to talk to boys? The same way, if they want to really know what's going on with the man who is very powerful, they send a woman. They send a demon. They send a succubus at that man to extract some information, to see where they stay, where they grew up, who their mama is, who their best friends are, who their right-hand man is, You got to be very wary at the information that you give to people. You know? Very weary, bro.
1.5 hours, they will build trust with all 4 kids. 4-year-old Julian, 5-year-old Benjamin, 6-year-old Matthew, and 10-year-old Isaiah.
Oh, he's
and
10.
Talk about how daddy their own mommy.
So he's the youngest. Oh my gosh. So never, damn. And these are all the children from this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. He had all of these children from what it seems like. He had all of these children out of like, I'm gonna say guilt, but out of like remorse. Wow. 4 of them. Back to back to back. And then wait a couple years for this one, for Isaiah.
Not even realizing they will maximize their father's sentence behind bars. Benjamin was the first kid to be asked about what he saw that fateful evening.
Do you like the color? Yeah. Yeah? Here, I got some paper right here. And then, you want me to move it closer? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to write your name. And your name is Benjamin. Is that right? Yeah. Benjamin Consola.
But while y'all playing though, this is some of the highest forms of manipulation ever. I'm not gonna get into that though. That's more Patreon talk, but this is some of the highest forms of manipulation right here, y'all. What she's doing with her voice. Like, okay, of course there are instances in which it happens. Of course, I'm not saying there's not. But when's the last time you heard a dude talk to a child, girl or boy, say, hey, how you doing? Oh, you just so cutie. You just so cutie. You just so... When's the last time you heard or seen it? Exactly. It doesn't happen like that. Okay? But this high pitch is to to sonically make children give things to people that they don't know. Did y'all get that? So hi, what's your name? They do the same shit with cartoons, with Coco Melon. The producers behind Coco Melon are mostly men. Hi, how are you doing? My name is... What's your name watching? Go, go. These are men behind these cartoons. The SpongeBobs, the Coco Melons, the Barney, the Sesame Streets. These are men behind these concepts. So what way to speak to the kids by using a kid voice?
Benjamin Valenzuela? Yeah? How old are you, Benjamin? 5. You're 5? Benjamin, I'm going to draw your face right here, okay? No. Do you play with anybody? Do you have any brothers or sisters or something else? You have brothers? So I'm going to put Matthew. Valenzuela. Matthew Valenzuela. And then Isaiah. Valenzuela. Isaiah Valenzuela. Yeah.
Drawing their faces, writing down the names of their siblings, and asking about their favorite things, all minor but important things to elicit positive emotions in Benjamin's mind. That is, until they start talking about their father and what he did to Jasmine.
Tell me about, mommy or daddy or somebody else. My dad is bad now. Your dad is bad now? Tell me about dad being bad now. My dad... My mom.
Oh my God.
Your mom?
Oh my God, my heart. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Imagine a little child saying, oh my gosh. Oh, I want to cry. Oh, that's so heartfelt, bro. Wow.
My dad... My mom. Your dad shot your mom? And then what happened? And my mom, they got no weapon. Mom got no weapons? And then you said dad is bad now because he shot mom? Yeah. Yeah? What did you... Made his name. Don't put his name? Okay, I won't put his name. Okay. Where did Mom get? On the stomach everywhere. On the stomach everywhere? What did he shoot Mom with? With his pistol. With his pistol? What did the pistol look like? AK-47. An AK-47? Okay. But I was at the living room. I saw Daddy shoot Mom. You were at the living room and you saw Daddy shoot Mom? What did Daddy say when he shot Mom? He was just crying and yelling, and my dad just shot Mom. Well, thank you for telling me what happened to Mom.
Despite Benjamin being a well-spoken kid, his mind might be a little confused. Because, well, there's no such thing as an AK-47 pistol. This may be a child's imagination, but how does he know what an AK-47 is? Was it something his dad talked about, or even owned at one point? For young Benjamin, it didn't matter. He was too afraid to remember.
Benjamin, tell me, do you ever feel scared? When do you feel scared? Of the shot. Of the shot? Yeah. No one was fighting? No. Only my dad was fighting, and then he shot him with this one, and he shot with this one, and then loaded up, and then boom. He shot it with this one and loaded up, and then boom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Benjamin, tell me, do you feel safe with Mommy? Yeah? How about with Daddy? Do you feel safe with Daddy? No. No? No, because Daddy and my mom are here. Okay. Well, thank you, Benjamin, for letting me learn about you. You want to go back into the other room and play? Yeah. Yeah? What are you playing in the other room? So. Who are you playing with? With Matthew and Isaiah. Okay.
As Benjamin leaves the room, the psychologist returns to prepare the room for the next kid, 4-year-old Julian. They follow the same steps to establish a positive connection before moving on to the most important part of this conversation.
Julian, tell me about a mommy or a daddy or something else. Draw Daddy, actually. Draw Daddy? Daddy's really big. Daddy's really big? Yeah. He has a big stomach. Daddy has a big stomach? Yeah. So all that. That's right. Daddy Mom was on the floor in the kitchen, and
Bro, this hurts me.
And Mom right here. So you said last night, did Daddy Mom? Yeah, right here. So Mom right here and right here and right here? Yeah, and Mom's in the hospital now. And Mom's in the hospital now? Yeah.
So far, Julian's story of what happened sounds similar to what his brother Benjamin told. Still, there is something Julian told so suddenly that it even surprised the psychologist.
Dad comes and the cops come and there's 4 cops and there's the gangsters. There's the gangsters there? Yeah. Who are the gangsters? For shooting. Do you know the gangsters? Yeah. What are their names, the gangsters? Ryan and Saturday.
God,
it's hard to assess if it's the kid's imagination or if his father hung out with criminals in their own house. The thing is, little Julian remembers their name, so it might be the case that those gangsters not only knew his father, but also provided him with the guns, including the AK and a shotgun. Now it's up to the psychologist to get to the bottom of this disturbing information.
Tell me, what did Dad Mom with? With the gun. With the gun? Mom was messing with Daddy. Mom was messing with Daddy? She was yelling at him, and now he's right here. What was she saying when she was yelling at him? She said, okay. You said that Dad's Mom and that she was laying on the floor in the kitchen? And he took her 4 times, 3 times. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to talk about today? Yeah. Yeah? Tell me. Me and Matthew were fighting. You and Matthew were fighting? Yeah. And then what happened?
playing to the TV, and when they was playing Gus's Dino and the little TV.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
See?
I spawned in the TV.
See? So some about AKs and getting ammo and reloading and shooting the criminals and the gangsters and the ballers and I mean, your environment doesn't make you, but it surely can shape you, bro. It can shape your mind. Grand Theft Auto. This little nigga's 5, man. Youngest brother 4. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, alright. See?
They was playing Gus's Dino. There's Strickland and Trevor and Michael.
Are they real people? Are they people in the game or something else? In the game.
Wow, they are in the game.
The psychologist can rest easy. Those gangsters are just part of the game. Still, it is
not Ryan and Sater. Not Ryan and Sater. I ain't shit. I played GTA 5, San Andreas. I don't remember, Vice City too much, but come on, bro.
neglectful of parents to let their kids play these games at such a young age. With this conversation over, the psychologist invited the third kid, 6-year-old Matthew. However, Matthew has nothing else to add and shared the same story his 2 other siblings told the psychologist, especially going over the same murder weapon and insults both yelled at each other. With this, Matthew leaves the room, and the next and final kid enters.
The
Julian's oldest son, and well.
So he already walks in. He know what time it is, but you can't play with me like that. I don't want to draw. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. Hands in my pockets, like I got 3. He got 3 younger brothers, bro. He got all brothers.
Next and final kid enters. Julian's oldest son, and well, most important for this investigation, 10-year-old Isaiah. Since he's much older than his brothers, he possesses a better awareness of the situation, meaning he could provide clearer details about the crime. And the psychologist understands that, which is why she's going to try a different approach with him.
Do you have any questions about that? No? Okay. Well, just so you know, no friends or family or anything like that get to listen while we talk, okay? All right. You feeling okay? All right. Well, if at any time you need to take a break or you just need a second, let me know, okay?
And look, you see how she's talking? She's talking like she would talk to somebody at work, or at least a customer at work, right? See the voice change?
With this mature approach, Isaiah doesn't tell much to the psychologist, except one crucial detail. The shooting was a climax, and Isaiah saw the build-up to the shooting long before anyone else.
Isaiah, have there been times when you heard fighting or arguing or something else at home? Tell me about that.
She was just arguing about my mom. And then yesterday he pulled up my mom's work and just threw a bottle on the floor in front of my mom's work.
Is that something that you heard about or something you saw or something?
I heard when she was on the phone telling someone.
We hear it all, bro. We hear it all.
Today.
With Isaiah's last story.
Your mom. Okay. Isaiah, when was it that your mom? Today.
With Isaiah's last story shared, the interrogation can be wrapped up and summarized. The detectives now know that Julian has a long history of abducting his wife with intent and even desire to kill her, and nothing could have stopped him, even his own kids. And finally, the shooting of their own mother right before their eyes. Now the detective can use this information to corner Julian, confront him, and force him to make a confession. So they would bring him right back to the room where they started their discussions.
You don't remember your wife?
I don't remember that.
Because your kids do.
Huh.
Your kids are telling us, Daddy, Mama. That's what your kids are saying.
Huh.
But you're going to sit here and play this crap that I don't remember anything? When you've already said it to the other officers? and I got multiple kids, your kids, saying daddy, mommy.
Wow.
And you're gonna sit here and play this game that I don't remember anything. I can't see, I don't remember anything.
He don't wanna remember anything.
Kids went wrong.
Then why are they saying daddy, mommy?
No.
You don't know why they're saying that?
No.
Let me guess, your wife is making them say that, right? Is that the route you want to go on?
I don't know.
You know what I find funny, Julian? Or not funny, but disheartening? You've yet to ask me how your wife is doing, whether she's alive or not.
Huh.
I love her.
Apparently not that much, could you?
I don't remember doing that.
You don't remember doing that?
No.
Tired of hearing the same excuse over and over again, Detective Melinda takes his gloves off and delivers a satisfying beatdown to Julian's poor excuses.
But you know who's going to remember that forever? Her and your kids. Because daddy and mommy. And then when they figure all this out and find out daddy didn't have the courage to be honest about what happened. He sat there and said, oh, I've been drinking for 4 days, I don't remember anything. That's what you want people to remember you as?
I remember begging her.
Nigga said, I love you, mama. But it's Julian. Okay, so this is the wife phone. Okay, ignore my calls, then bye. Damn, bro, but then she got 4 kids with this dude. So like, man, the trauma bonding with these two, man, is
on her phone.
Begging her what?
Begging to be with her.
She didn't want to be with you?
I don't know. Go off the phone.
Julian, let me ask you a question.
I can't breathe.
Hey, let me ask you a specific question. You remember there's beer in the car?
There's a lot of beer.
Do you remember that there's beer in the car?
I remember there's a lot of beer.
Okay, but you don't remember your wife?
No.
So beer's more important than your wife?
I don't want to know what's going on. I don't know if she's okay.
I'm waiting to hear back from El Paso to see if she's okay or if... I don't know if she's even alive right now, dude. I'm trying to find all that out. But I can't even get you to tell me what happened.
All I remember is going inside the house, and that was it.
Okay.
From there, everything's a blur. All drunk, and I'm still drunk.
Hey, that's not what you said to the officers earlier. That's on
That's
camera.
because I was drunk. And when you're drunk, you say stupid things.
Oh, that's what it is.
I
Okay.
wanted the cops to kill me.
Yeah.
How? How is that going to happen?
I wanted them to kill me.
How? Why?
I don't know.
Cops don't do...
Because he didn't want to live with what he did. So what's the point of me living? People man, listen. People tell you what they mean. People show you who they are. You would just be a fool to not believe them.
People for no reason. Why would they have shot you? Did they shoot at you tonight? What do you think?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
After using
Well,
his
he shot
own
at him and
words
he shot
against
at you
him,
back.
getting verbally beaten down by the detective and even bringing up his kids, Julian still refuses to remember anything prior to this interrogation. This makes things even worse for him. If he doesn't talk now, the cops will write down their own version of the story that will be used to prosecute him if Julian does not comply. All Julian needs is to talk.
That's what I'm going to put on my paperwork.
Okay.
When I charge you with attempted murder, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and all the other charges that go along with this, my final statement in that paperwork is going to say, I don't remember, I was drunk for 4 days. That's what you want me to put in the paperwork.
Okay.
Is that what you want me to put?
I want you to put that because I don't remember.
And I'm also going to put in there, during earlier contact on camera, he stated this.
It
that
was
he
on
did
camera.
His wife.
And it was on
That
camera.
he did do this when officers stopped him. Because that's all stuff I can prove, Julian.
Okay.
So hopefully your wife survives, and when I talk to her, I'll tell her what you just said.
Don't say that. I love her.
Don't say that.
I'm telling her what you tell me.
Tell her that I love her so much.
No.
If I knew what was going on, and I knew the severity of my charges, I would be crying my ass off.
I don't think so, dude. I think we're wasting our time. I mean, you can't even man up to what you did.
With this interrogation finally done, Julian is returned back to his cell where he would spend hours wondering why he ultimately left all his 4 children without their mother. Little did he realize, Jasmine survived.
Whoa!
3 days after the shooting, Jasmine finally opened her eyes.
Oh,
she had gone through an
my
operation that saved her life, and the officers made sure to visit immediately, not
Oh
only to
my
check on her,
gosh.
but also to finally hear her side
Kids,
of this
them
twisted
kids.
case.
Them kids, y'all, them kids. Cause she was in a couple other different planets. She might have had a couple talks with higher powers and ancestors and what have you and whatnots, and them kids. The ancestors told her what her kids said about the situation. Because guess who was going to be able, or guess who was going to take care of those 4 boys? Dad going to jail for life. He thought about it and he did it. He's going to jail for life. Who is going to take care of these 4 boys, Jasmine? Exactly. You are. So get back down there. Hey, you had a good rest, because she probably felt like she rested for about a month and a half. But it was 3 days. She opened her eyes, had the surgery, had the procedure, went smooth. She back talking. Just for her to be shot and crawl to the phone to call 911 and get her to the hospital real quick already speaks volume of the situation alone.
Okay, Jasmine. I'm Detective one of the detectives they know. We've been checking up on you. They told me that you're able to kind of talk what has happened. Mm-hmm.
And he walks right in the front door.
And who is he?
Damn.
Well, what is Julian to you?
Kid's dad.
With this statement alone, it will be...
And look, she said my kid's dad. She ain't said my husband, my kid's dad.
To you.
Kid's dad.
With this statement alone, it will be much easier for the cops to make Julian pay for his crimes. Even if Julian doesn't remember anything, Jasmine's phone recorded everything he had said to her.
What do you think? What sparked?
Because I didn't want to be in the
Okay. Was that a verbal conversation you had, or what happened?
He lied to me.
Uh-huh.
He said he was going to come home and graduate.
Uh-huh.
So I waited for him.
Okay. And your text messages with him, any threats or anything said over the phone? What were those?
A lot of messages.
Other than the text messages, was there any phone conversation?
Yeah.
What did that?
Hoping you to do what you need to do.
Did he threaten you on the phone before that? What did he say?
What he needs to do is stop the way he needs to do it.
What do you think that meant?
Oh my God.
Did he ever mention or threaten you before?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Every time I say I don't want to do things, to threaten me.
Uh-huh. And then...
So then, in her mind, she was forced to be with him or lose her life. And they made a commitment. He mostly made the commitment to make this relationship about fear.
And next thing you know, he's there at the house. Okay. And then you're in the kitchen. He walks in. Does he say anything to you?
Says I think I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. So what do you say?
To build it up.
So what are you doing?
Uh-huh. Okay, where are the kids at?
He been thinking about this for too long. Too long.
This time. In the room? Had you ever seen him with a gun before?
Yep.
Of course.
What type of gun?
380.
One can only imagine what horrors Jasmine and her kids had to endure. But in the end, she can finally rest, knowing well that her abuser was finally arrested and will never be able to hurt her again. And what she would tell the officer now will make sure Julian will be gone for a long time.
We did arrest him. He's in jail right now. And we're going to work to keep him. You want to press charges? Well, we're going for him. So I did, based on the information that we had, is essentially an attempted murder on you. Because
Abuse?
all the kids were there, I charged him as well. Obviously, he was drinking, so the DWI, the aggravated assault on the officer, and then the resist. He's had like 9 or 10 charges on him.
This final statement from Jasmine will be the one to seal Julian's fate come court time. But before Julian's court trial, an internal investigation was conducted on Officer Dollar's decision
About the
to use a
K9,
canine in the arrest.
Yep.
The witnesses were questioned, with Officer Dollar being interrogated separately.
So that's
in
going-
the end, Officer Dollar was found guilty of using excessive force during the arrest.
Woo!
The city of Las Cruces had
So what? Had to. Man, come on now.
to pay Julian Valenzuela, the victim of canine mauling, $30,000. However, no money in the world
I mean,
can
what's
save
up, bruh?
Julian from the punishment for his crime.
What's up with you,
After
big dog?
viciously attempting to murder his wife and rob his kids of their mother, his trial date finally arrived, and he stood in court to answer for his crime. In November of 2022, Julian Valenzuela, a 34-year-old shooter, accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to a maximum sentence of 10 years, followed by 2 years of parole for shooting his wife and at police officers.
I was thinking 15. Well, that's the best he could have got. But golly.
City of Las Cruces also paid him $30,000 after a canine mauled him during the arrest.
So guess what? He finna keep that shit. When he out, he finna try to get a little halfway house or shit. He know the gangsters in the city. So he gonna probably, you know what I mean, get him a nice little hole in the wall or 1-bedroom little shit, or probably just, you know, he Mexican, so he probably gonna move in with some of the other que pasos and around the way. And he gonna use that 30 racks to, get him some more beer, get him some more weed. And then next thing you know, in about 4 months, he gonna be broke as shit. Back at square one.
On March 4th.
Damn! Bruh, that was that was a video right there, man. Ooh wee. That was a lot, y'all. That was a lot.